Okay, so now we are actually in part number 2. We're going to talk about the media. The first form of media we're going to talk about is books. Now, that's probably not the first thing that you're going to jump in and do. However, it is a great place to start for us. Here's why. Well, let's just talk through it. Whether you want to create courses, you want to coach, you want to speak, or more, you want to do all the things, a book is the absolute best place to begin. Now I continue by that and just kind of put maybe a footnote right there and say it's a great place to begin. It's the best place to begin. It is not the place that you want to stop. It is the best place to begin, though. Here's a pro tip as you start thinking about your book. If you already have it and you're talking right now about maybe repackaging it or relaunching it, or if you haven't written it yet, you are developing it, your book should help your readers solve a problem or step into their potential. Either way, that's what your message does. Okay, so the book needs to do the same thing the message does. Your message and your book and your courses, your coaching, all of it is going to help people solve a problem or step into their potential. Now, a book, and the reason we say start there is because a book achieves 5 important objectives. Okay, so the book is going to accomplish 5 things that I really think set you up for long-term success. Here they are. First of all, writing the book provides you with the content for every form of media. So once you get it in a book, you've got the information that you need in order to transform that message into every other form of content. So writing the book provides you with content for every other form of media. Here's the stairs graphic they're going to refer to several times. So if you have a book and everything's written from the book, you can take that information in the book and you can podcast through what's in the book. You can write blogs. You can shoot videos based on the content that's in the book. You can do a talk or a series of talk based on what's in the book. You can write a workbook and create a course from what's inside the book. You have all the content that you need for social media. You have everything that you need for the messaging on your website. You have the notes that you need to develop any other kind of ancillary materials. You can also work the book into a course, into a coaching framework, into a membership, even keynote speeches or masterminds. Again, the book provides you with the content that you need that you can be transformed into every other form of media. That's one of the reasons that we say it's a great place to start. It is not a great place to end, however. Here's another point about having a book. Objective number 2, having a book conveys authority and expertise. So people assume that if you've taken the time and effort to write a book and if it's published, and they really don't care who published it. Just the fact that you've got a book in the pages with the cover and it looks like a book, smells like a book, acts like a book, reads like a book, all of that, they automatically grant you the gift of authority and expertise. Now, if the book's not good or if the book is not put together very well, if it doesn't take them on a journey, if it doesn't solve a problem, if it doesn't help step them into their potential, at some point they'll retract that authority and expertise. The point is, the book opens a door that not having a book doesn't open. Number 3, here's another objective it accomplishes, is people still like physical products, things they can hold in their hands. So you might have heard that Barnes & Noble and Books A Million and all of these other booksellers are dying and they're going to go away and people are going to be only using ebooks in the future. I just don't think that's true. People will use ebooks more and more, but even as ebooks are expanding, physical books are selling more. What I saw when I was working with the membership group that I talked about in the Mind Shifts, in Mind Shifts 9 and 10, is we would use those books as lead generators because we would be in vendor halls at events. We're trying to sell a membership programs, digital content. It wasn't high priced, but a lot of people walking through a vendor hall don't necessarily want to buy something that's non-physical. Like you can't just invite them to an empty table. However, if we had books at the table, we would make them really cheap. So it would be like 1 for 15, 2 for 25, 3 for 30. At some point, we had a whole bundle of all 10 of those books. There was like $80 for the whole bundle. People would walk by and not even look at what was in the bundle. They would just say, I want the entire bundle. And then while we're talking with them, doing the transaction, many times we could upsell them to the non-physical product, which was the digital courses, the membership. The point is when people were walking through the vendor hall, in their minds, they've set aside cash or they've budgeted money to spend. It's already spent. Like when people go on vacation, they don't really think about the budget. They've already set that money aside that they're going to spend on vacation. They're just deciding where they're going to spend it. So if you have a physical product, many times they will spend it with you. That's true whether people are on vacation or in a vendor hall or even approaching you. If you've got a physical product, it is an advantage that people like. Uh, Objective number 4, books extend your reach in unparalleled ways. Think about some of the ways a book can extend your reach. So, in a book, it's multi-directional. It extends your reach deeper because in the book, you can place more information than you can when you're just talking to someone in a keynote. So, all of the information for this course is derived from the Amplify book. That's 700 pages of content that has stories that I've just skipped over in this. It has illustrations where I'm able to go a lot deeper and in a lot more explanation that I can't do live, that I can't do when I'm just talking to people one-on-one. But the book gives that opportunity to go deeper and to say it longer and to give more application. It's something that you really just can't do in other ways. Also, the book, it's broader. It allows you to connect with a new audience, to expand out to people that you don't know. Whereas a keynote speaking, sometimes you're kind of stuck with people you know or introducing you physically to other people that you know. A book can kind of be passed and passed and passed, or it can be bought by people who kind of find their way into your ecosystem. And it connects you with people that you don't know, people actually that you'll never see. If you've written a book, you've probably been surprised by people that walk up to you and go, oh, hey, I read your book about. I still meet people today that read books that I wrote, some of them that I talked about in the first series here about the mind shifts, books that people read 7 years ago. In some cases, they bought them just a year or two ago, but it's a broader reach. So it allows me to go deeper. It allows you to go to broader. Here's another thing it does. It's longer. It allows you to extend even beyond your lifetime. So even though we don't want to have like a doom and gloom scenario or death wish or anything like that, it does outlive you. Even as technology grows and changes and video and websites and all of that adapts, you can think about it. The one form of technology that's really not changed a whole lot in the past several thousand years is people taking something and writing something on it in some way. So we've gone from, papyrus and pen and ink and people having scribes and yelling out something in the room that everybody else kind of furiously copying it while somebody reads it. We've gone from that to the printing press, to now we can print them faster because we can do it digitally, but it's still at some level, even in an ebook, it looks like an actual book. It allows you to extend beyond your reach. So the fourth objective is the book really has this broad reach that other forms of content don't necessarily have. And books aren't bound by technology. So in certain places, Wi-Fi is just not going to work. Even in, first world, like Wi-Fi is just not always a thing. So books are multi-directional. Number 5, the fifth one is this. And this is one of the reasons why you should start with the book. Books have a low cost. So it's low cost for you to create. The time for you to create it is really the time sitting in the chair, which sometimes can be laborious and aggravating. But low cost to create. There's not a lot of financial cost for you. They do have a high return. And I would say if you don't stop with the book. So 5 reasons to write the book, 5 reasons to start with the book. Number 1, once you write the book, we just said you have all the parts needed for your brand, for your ecosystem. It supplies everything you need. Number 2, it does convey authority and expertise. Number 3, people still like physical products, even though we are in a digital world. Number 4, it has a multi-directional reach. Number 5, there's a low cost with many benefits. Now, here's something that I said earlier. Remember this, a book is a great place to begin, but it is a horrible place. That's a little bit emphatic. Horrible place, should have added that. Not the place to stop. Okay, so it's a great place to begin, but it is definitely not where you want to stop.